So have you seen the film Inception? Because, contrary to popular belief, I think it's remarkably similar to the way that reality actually works. Most people see it as a sci-fi thriller about dreams, but what if it's really exploring one of humanity's oldest questions? How do we actually know we're truly awake? The story follows Dom Cobb, a man with the extraordinary ability to enter other people's dreams. Together with his team, he descends through layer after layer of the subconscious, each one feeling just as real as the last. Like travelling down an elevator, every new level becomes the new reality until they eventually wake into another one. Time stretches, the world becomes increasingly fluid, and the deeper they descend, the harder it becomes to distinguish illusion from reality. And here's the interesting thing about dreams. When you know you're dreaming, you're awake within the dream. And it's only before that awakening that you're completely convinced the dreamscape is an objective reality. The entire film revolves around one simple question. If every layer feels completely real while you're inside it, how could you ever know that you've reached the final one? So what makes this film so fascinating to me is that it kind of mirrors experiences I've had in lucid dreams. Only the other night, actually, I became aware that I was dreaming while spending time with my ex-girlfriend. I kept trying to convince her that it was a dream, but the more I tried, the more convinced she became it was real. And eventually I became so emotionally caught up in the experience, it kind of pulled me out of that dreamscape and into another one. And instead of waking into a physical reality, where we are right now, I woke into another dream. And again, I believed I was fully awake. I found myself trying to convince someone else that they were also dreaming too, and showing them how strangely reality behaves by kind of pulling their face around and saying how strange it was. Only then did I realise that I was still dreaming. It became a cascading series of awakenings, like each one revealing what I just accepted as reality was only another layer. So eventually I woke into what we call ordinary waking life. And that's when I had a rather strange thought. In every dream that I've been having, I've been trying to convince people that they were in fact dreaming, and nobody believed me. But now I find myself saying something very similar in physical reality, especially since my Satori spiritual awakening in the year 2014. And so, nobody believes me here, of course, but the real question I want to ask is, how do we actually know that physical reality isn't just another dream? Because perhaps that's the question that Inception's been inviting us to ask all along. Perhaps the more conscious we become, the more awake we become within reality itself, and then perhaps if we created a society with greater freedom, we'd also create more opportunity to explore the extraordinary nature of consciousness and discover that reality is far stranger than we ever imagined.